Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a what's for dinner. I picked up the camera this week and I filmed what we had every single night. I used to do these videos all the time where I would just show what we were having for dinner, and then it seems like my crock pot videos just kind of took over that. I had quite a bit of you request that I bring the what's for dinners back. Also, this video is in collaboration with Missy over at Love Missy XO and also Kristen Step. I'm sure you guys already know who they are, but if you don't, I'm gonna leave their videos in my description box below. You guys are absolutely gonna love the both of them. They both share some really awesome and delicious looking things. Like I said, I'm gonna have their links in my description box below, so make sure that you head over, check them out, and let them know that I sent you. And if you're coming from Missy's channel or from Kristen's channel, my name is Kelly. I am so glad that you stopped by. I hope that you will stick around and hit that subscribe button before you leave. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that and to welcome anybody that is new before we got into this what's for dinner. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we're gonna make some homemade manwiches, and I call it homemade because we make the sauce homemade. It's not out of a can, and it's really easy to make, and I'll leave the exact recipe to it down below. Basically, we're going to start with 1 pound of ground beef, and we have some bell pepper as well as some onion in there, and we're just going to get that browned up. And I do get a lot of questions about this little kitchen tool that I'm using to crush the ground beef. I think this one came from Walmart, but you can also find them on Amazon, and I do have it linked in my Amazon store below for those that are interested. Now we're ready to make our sauce. Basically, it's Worcestershire, ketchup, and mustard, and also just a little bit of brown sugar. I just kind of eyeball everything, but I'll leave the measurements to everything down below. And I'm also using 90-10 ground beef, so we didn't have to drain ours. Obviously, if you're using a ground beef that has more fat, you'll need to drain it before putting the sauce together. So I'm just going to give that a really good stir. We're going to put the lid on and let it simmer on low for just a few minutes, just so all those flavors can come together. And basically that's it. We just had some fries on the side that I did in the air fryer. And to season the fries, I did use a little bit of this blackened seasoning. I've talked about this seasoning before. It's really good on a lot of things, but I really especially like it on French fries. Alright, meal number 2, I'm going to have the recipe linked below, but this was a freezer meal. Since me and my mom are trying to do better about our money and budgeting, we have been eating a lot out of the freezer, in the pantry, in the fridge. So like I said, this was one of the freezer meals that we had. It's a brown sugar Italian chicken recipe, and like I said, I'm gonna have the link to it down below. But basically it's just a chicken breast that has been baked in a mixture of brown sugar and Italian dressing. We just did some asparagus. We just roasted it in the oven with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and then a sweet potato on the side. Alright, meal number 3, we did a homemade chicken pot pie. This is one of the easiest things you could possibly throw together. It takes less than 5 minutes to do. All you're gonna need is about 1 to 2 chicken breasts cooked and cubed. Then we're gonna take a can of cream of celery. I've also made this with cream of chicken, and sometimes I'll even add in sour cream, but we just added in the 1 can cream of celery. And then we also had some peas and carrots just hanging out in the freezer that needed to be used, and it was the perfect amount left, so we went ahead and poured those in. And you're also gonna need 2 pie crusts, 1 for the bottom, 1 for the top. So you're just gonna take and mix everything really well. You're gonna pour it into your pie crust, and you're gonna lay your other pie crust on top and make sure it's sealed really good. I didn't worry about making mine pretty. I just made sure it was sealed. Before I put it in the oven, I just put some slits on the top, and then I baked it on 350 for an hour or until golden brown. The hardest part about this, seriously, is just cooking the chicken. So easy and simple to just throw together, especially last minute if you don't have a lot of time. And then the next meal, we decided to do like a homemade, kind of like a Salisbury steak style type thing. So we cheated and used frozen hamburger patties, but of course you can make your own if you wanted to. So we're just gonna get those cooked, and we just let them simmer on the stove until they were browned through. Once they were brown, we took a pack of Lipton onion soup mix, mixed it with a half a cup of water, and then poured it on top of the hamburgers. And we're just going to place the lid back on and turn it on low and let it go for about 10 more minutes. On the side, we just had some chopped spinach that was in the freezer that needed to be used, and we just mixed it with a little bit of butter. And then also on the side, we had these Rhodes dinner rolls. I've talked about these before on my channel. We absolutely love these rolls. They are so good. You can find these at Walmart. But we just had those on the side with a little bit of rice, and then we used the drippings in the pan as gravy to go on top of the rice. Our next meal, we're kind of doing a breakfast for dinner type thing. We decided to do BLTs. We had got a ton of bacon on sale at $1.39 a pound, so we've got a lot of bacon to be using right now. But we decided to do some BLTs. Normally we would have these with lettuce on them, but we didn't have any, so we just had to settle for just having tomatoes. I like to do my bacon in the oven. I don't like to cook it on the stovetop. I've been burnt one too many times doing it that way, and so I just do it in the oven. I line a baking sheet with foil, and I place all of my bacon on there, and I just bake it at 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes. And because the kids don't particularly like BLTs, I just pulled some pancakes from the freezer that I had done with my freezer prep. I like to make a whole bunch of pancakes at once, and I'll stick them in the freezer for times like this when the kids want something else. I'll just pop these out, and they're really easy to just heat up in the microwave, so that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm just building my BLT. I'm gonna put a little bit of mayonnaise, pepper, my bacon, and a slice of tomato. And then, like I said, normally we would have lettuce, but we didn't have any. And then the next meal, it looks really bland, y'all, but trust me on this, it was so full of flavor, and I cannot wait to make this again. All you're gonna need is 2 boneless skinless chicken breasts, 1 can cream of chicken, a pack of Lipton onion soup mix, and some instant rice. So starting off, I'm gonna take my chicken breast and cut those in half so that we have 4 pieces of chicken instead of 2. You could do this in a bowl, but I chose to go ahead and do this in the casserole dish that it's going to be baking in, just so I didn't mess up as many dishes. I was trying to save on the dishes that we had to wash that night. I'm just taking the rice and the Lipton onion soup mix, and I'm going to mix that really well, and then I'm going to take the can of cream of chicken, pour that in, and then I'm going to take that same can that the cream of chicken came out of and fill it up with water and pour that in and just whisk everything together. Once I have it all whisked together, I'm going to take my chicken and place it on top and just spoon the rice mixture up over the chicken. Ideally, you could put your chicken in first and then pour this mixture over it, but like I said, I was trying to save on dishes, so I'm just spooning it over the top of the chicken. I just covered it with foil and baked it for about an hour on 350. We just kept it really simple and had some stewed squash on the side. We had squash in the freezer that we needed to use, so that's what we had. And then for our very last meal, we decided to do homemade pizzas. The boys really enjoyed doing this. We let them do their own pizza, and then me and my mom did the other one. You can find these pizza doughs for $1 at Walmart. They should be close to like the deli section with the take and bake pizzas that you can get. So I just got 2 of those, and I'm going to place them in a bowl, spray them with some olive oil, cover them up, and let them rise for about 3 to 4 hours, I think is about how long I let mine rise. Once they were done rising, we just put them into a pan and got to assembling the pizzas. Like I said, I just let the boys do their own. We also had some bacon just hanging out in the fridge that we needed to use, so we are placing it on top of the pizza. And then mine and my mom's, this is what it looked like, and we just have some olives, peppers, onions, mushrooms, basically everything that comes on a supreme pizza. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it gave you some dinner inspiration. I know sometimes it can be really hard trying to decide what to have for dinner every single night. Hopefully this helped you out. Don't forget to check out Kristen and Missy's channel. Their links are in the description box below. And like I said in the beginning, if you're coming from their channel, I would love to have you stick around and become part of my YouTube family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.